What is up, everybody? My name is Heath, and this is Trade Talk. So this is the FX Weekly Outlook. We will be looking at some trades in the FX market, some possible setups, not trades. We will look at trades if they so appear, but we're just going to be looking for some price action setups. Absolutely glad you guys could be here. If you're new here, welcome. If you are not, welcome back. What is up, everybody in the chat? So we're going to start off with Euro USD. Longer term, we do have this thing is kind of in an uptrend. I mean, on the monthly chart, you can clearly see that it has not been able to get back above the 1.24 area from back in 2018. So yeah, this thing. But I mean, if you want to consider it an uptrend, you can. Basically, you've been going up for at least a year since this year started anyways. So it's in an uptrend. You did have this sell-off right here. If you notice this bearish monthly candle, you essentially just traded into that right there and you found your support. Now you are moving up on a monthly time frame. Can this be considered a dead cat bounce? Yeah, I mean, it possibly can. You're coming into daily resistance right now. Let's go back to the weekly. You did break and close above weekly resistance right there at 1.19525. What's up, everybody? Ajith, my man, Atlantean Wolf, Nick LaFond. Hello, hello, hello. So moving on, right here you can see you did break and hold. This closure on a weekly basis was an important close. So you can look for price to push back down into that level. That level is 1.19525. Let's go look at this on a daily time frame. So you can see that we have already tested that weekly level once, and that was a very good test as you did penetrate below that price point. And then you made a bullish day on Friday, closing above this bullish candle's close. So that does indicate a little bit more strength than weakness as we are making higher highs and higher lows. This is your daily resistance. So you are essentially bouncing between a range from your weekly resistance level and a daily resistance level that has not been closed above since this near-term downtrend started. Now, obviously, everybody's bearish on the dollar as the U.S. government loves to print money, right? So people are thinking that the dollar is going to immediately just turn around and go straight down into nothingness. But that's not the case. That's not the case. The United States, America, is turning around its economy. People are getting back to work. Things are now open. Stuff is basically moving like normal almost. So the dollar will look like it's cheaper than it was last year, right? So it can be a spot to park some assets if you just have a lot of cash laying around. It's a good place to put it. Some investors will see it that way. I follow price. This channel alone follows price. I don't let longer term biases dictate my trading at all. I don't let any news affect what I'm thinking. I let the price tell me what it's doing. And you can clearly see that it is range bound. So we can't really do anything on the dollar until we start testing this level down here at 1.19525, or if we break out and hold above the 1.19856 level. So moving forward, these are the two levels that we will be watching on the Euro USD. If we do get a break and close above, I am looking for this thing to test 1.20497, which is this area up here. All right, that would make for a nice range expansion to the upside if it wants to hold above 1.19856. And it's very important that you get that hold, and it must stay above there. All right, you do not want to see any bigger time frames closing below. I would say I would go as low as a 4-hour chart. If you see 4-hour candles dropping and closing back beneath that level, then you must approach it with just a little bit of caution. But as long as you're throwing wicks through the level and closing the candles above it, in my opinion, it will be a high probable setup looking for 1.20497. And as well, to the downside, if you get a break and you close below this weekly level at 1.19525, the next area of support is going to be 1.19154. So that in itself also offers up a small daily range target. I mean, this could happen as quick as Tuesday. You know what I mean? You're not very far from near-term price. I would say it's probably roughly around 60 or 70 pips. Let's just check it out real fast. Well, yep, 60 pips, 59 pips. The target to the upside is bigger, so that's the direction I'm going to be wanting to see this thing go. This is very much caught in this range. So let's watch the Euro USD and see what happens. Pound dollar. All right. So the pound dollar, after we started making these lows, we came off of this high, right? We came down, second leg to the downside. We found a bottom. That support level has not been tested, or it's been tested, but you have not been able to close below that. So this is the main downward support level at one spot, 36871. This is another one, right? This is closer, but since you didn't take this one out, this is the one I'm going to be using. This is the one that I want to see price close below if this asset's going to head lower. You can clearly see that when it came down into this area of support, that was a great area for people to buy. We didn't know that was going to happen, obviously, but you have got a nice bounce out of it. You are testing daily resistance right now, beating that, the opening price of that bullish candle, and that's one spot 38354. You did get a daily closure above it. All right, you did get that daily closure above it. So we'll go into an 8-hour time frame and we'll find our last 8-hour resistance level. That's one spot 37855. Once you broke out of that, you did come back down, but that's not a massive test. I mean, you didn't even get within probably 15 pips of that price point. So if price does come back down to here, we will be watching this level, one spot 37855. The target to the upside is this resistance if it's able to, well, it already got that daily closure above, right? So right now we have to look at it as looking for bullish opportunities up to the next area of resistance. We just have to, because the daily closed. Now, if tomorrow's daily candle takes out the entire range of Friday's big bullish candle, then we will be looking for targets to the downside. But you can clearly see that Friday was a very strange day for the pound as it traded down and took out several days of price action and then shot to the upside. Very difficult to trade this. We were bearish on it. We thought it was going to roll over. We were wrong on the pound. The pound got some unheard of strength Friday for some reason and shot to the upside and closed above your daily resistance level. Therefore, I am looking for this target to come back into play. That is one spot 39. Let's just put a line on it. One spot 39015. This is the level that I will be targeting, ultimately targeting that wick high. But that is your first area of resistance if this thing continues to run higher. Now, if you get a break and you close above this swing high, then it's probably heading back to the upside. I mean, at least until it doesn't, right? So we will take trades based upon that and what price is doing. So let's go look at the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is just going straight up to the moon, right? There is no stopping this thing. It's insane. This was a buying opportunity down here. Now there is nothing to do as you are getting ready to run into exhaustion risk. That doesn't mean that the S&P 500 is going to have a blow off top and the markets are going to crash. Exhaustion risk just means that there is a good chance that the bullish momentum can run out and you get a big blow off candle, right? And on that big blow off candle, as long as you're not closing below daily resistance or support levels, such as 4081 spot 30, this thing could be an attractive spot to look for bullish entries on the S&P 500, looking for new all-time highs. As there is nothing in the news right now that is stating any risk off in the markets. Basically, Powell has basically told us that they are going to do everything they can in order to keep things moving in the same direction, and that direction is up. So they can't just come right out and tell you to go buy the S&P 500 as they are propping it up. But that's what he's saying. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know what I'm saying? So until you get another crisis or a 20% drop in like a week or something, then you can look for setups to the downside. But until you get something like that, the price action is bullish. So you need to look for bullish opportunities. You buy the dip. All right. Pound yen Had a nice pullback last week off from these highs. Pound yen was the best trade that I've taken all year. I got in roughly down here somewhere. It was a phenomenal trade. I took that trade on a day trade, and it turned out to be a phenomenal swing trade. I caught most of that leg to the upside. When this price came down here, it took me out of the trade with a trailing stop. So basically, the yen pairs had somewhat of a pullback. This is not selling pressure. The pound or the yen was extremely extended to the downside. We caught this trade on the yen. Once we got down here, we were actually looking for that pullback when this move happened, but it did not give it to us. It stabbed down just a little bit lower. So you can see the strength in the yen is just merely a pullback as of right now. You have to get a daily closure above this swing high over here before you can start looking for bullish entries on the on the yen. So with that little bit of knowledge, most yen pairs are going, this thing right here could be in a spot where it starts to roll back over as well, right? You are in resistance. You did test it, and so far, that resistance level is holding. It held Friday. So we'll have to see where it opens tomorrow. Does it gap above that level and continue higher? Or does it open down here wanting to test 91.46? That will affect the pound yen, right? So right now, the pound yen is trading in a range. Let's go up and look at our weekly levels. We did get a closure below, right? This is why I was near-term bearish on the pound yen. This was your support level. This was a break and close below. You still have not tested that level yet. That level is 1.51012. I am looking for price to push up into that area. Once it does, I want to see how it reacts. If we start getting daily rejections up here, then obviously I'm going to be looking for downside trades on this asset targeting this support zone that was almost tested by Friday's bullish price action on the pound. So you did come down almost and touch that level. So right now, if you look at Friday's candle alone, you did take out your daily resistance levels right here on a closing basis. So, the weekly kind of looks like it's wanting to test that level, right? All right, so how do you trade that? You look for daily pushes down into the 150 spot 318 level, which was your last daily resistance level. As long as you get down here and you fail, or even down here at one spot 50091, that is also a good spot to look for bullish entries, and you can target your weekly level. That way you will know then your weekly level is being tested, and we will see what happens at that weekly level. But for right now, I am looking for bullish entries. I will no longer be looking for bullish entries on the pound yen if we do get a break and close below 1.49 or 149 spot 899, which is this bearish close right here. All right, so these two levels, either one of these levels can hold in my book, and I will be targeting this weekly resistance level. Aussie had a bout of strength last week as well. We are coming into and have tested your weekly resistance, old resistance, right? You broke down. Now you touched that last week. The fact that you closed pretty close up here, all right, could mean that it's going to be testing it again. Doesn't have to mean it, because you did close below your weekly support level right there. But then you came back and closed back above. So is this a bear trap? Was this a bear trap? Well, you spent a few weeks down there and then you broke up out of there. Chances are this thing has bullish momentum, right? So we'll be looking for bullish entries. The first real bullish area, or first real resistance area that I see from this bullish candle, this was your resistance. This is a breakout candle, nice strong close above. So any pullbacks into 0.76640, this level right here, can be looked at with bullish opportunities, possibly targeting your weekly level again, as you will have a lot of stops resting above this test. So that would make a nice bullish target moving on for this week coming up. So Aussie had a bout of strength last week. We're going to be looking for this week to continue with that strength. Let me check on the comments, grab a drink. Good stuff, man. What's up, everybody? Nick LaFond, Ed D, Boris, L, Gail, Aaron, Lil Pluto, Atif. How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully everybody's doing okay. Hopefully everybody isn't running for the hills because the Bitcoin's moved to the downside. We'll talk about that a little bit as well. KF says, hi, Heath, thanks for the education. Would you please do analysis on Atom USD and Oh My God USD and Aave as well? Yeah, sure, why not? I'll do that as soon as we get through these Forex pairs, my friend. All right, so moving on. Hello, Yvette. How are you? What's up, Brandon? Brandon's in the house. Crypto Trades and Tech. If y'all are into crypto, you need to check his channel out. All right, so Aussie New Zealand. Aussie New Zealand's been doing some kind of weird stuff. I thought this thing was going to go higher, so let's get rid of the old levels and look for some new ones. We got a daily closure below our support level. This is your new support level because it's closed lower than this one, so you must use that one, right? You did get a test of that level and then a breakout and a close below, but the strength was just not there as it stalled out right at resistance. All right, so there was your resistance level, your highest bullish close. Can't get any daily closures above that level. That is your resistance, right? There we are. We have tested it already today, which is odd, right? So it's already rejecting, but I don't trust any price action during the Asian session. We're not even in the Asian session. We're literally 18 minutes into the open of the FX market. So spreads are extremely high. You can see right here that the spread on the OANDA data feed is 15.9 pips. That's a pretty big spread. You do not trade during this time. For that spread to tighten up, the Asian session needs to come in full swing, and that happens usually around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you are testing your daily resistance level, and you are so far rejecting. So the level that you want to watch is your daily support level at one spot, 08193. If you are able to close 8-hour candles back above that level after testing it, then this may be an opportunity to look for bullish entries. But this thing on the near term is going down, right? So keep that in mind as this pop in price is probably being sold into. I mean, it still looks bearish to me because you haven't broken above any key resistance level, meaning this resistance level here. That's the first one that it needs to break above before I'm actually bullish on it. Yeah, so Aussie, New Zealand, it's going to be whoever has the most strength. Australian versus New Zealand dollar. Aussie was pretty strong last week. Maybe this week New Zealand will be. And if that's the case, this thing will roll over and head for lower prices. So I think I'm going to stay away from this thing. Bitcoin is all the way down to 56. But you're having a nice bullish push. You're still suffering around that level, right? We were talking about this level this morning. This is your 4-hour, right? This chart looks a little bit different than the other ones. Let me remove the drawings real fast. So here's your daily support level. You are trading above it, right? There it is. Boom. 55, 955, spot 75. This daily closure happens in 2 hours and 40 minutes. If you're closing below that level, then you have to assume Bitcoin's looking for lower prices. The first area that I would look for a support test, if that happens, would be 52 to 91, spot 24. This level here, will it get all the way down there today? No. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. Or maybe this has already been bought up and we just don't know it yet. Watching this level here and where this daily closes in reference to that level can give you a little bit of an idea as to what is happening, right? You're breaking below support but closing back above. Generally looks strong when it's doing stuff like that. Price action is going to become more volatile the higher Bitcoin goes. I do believe everybody understands that. So make sure you're not trading this thing over leveraged. Otherwise, you're going to get hurt. All right, moving on. New Zealand dollar. We will go back into Bitcoin a little bit later after we get through all the FX pairs if you guys want. That's no problem with me. So here was your last support level. You broke beneath it. This is the New Zealand versus the dollar right here. Break below. Then you came back in, and instead of failing at the level, you immediately broke above it and you have came back in and retested it. This is almost absolutely beautiful. I mean, you can't get no better than that, right? Old support level, now resistance, broke up back above, and you're testing it to see if that level wants to hold as support. That level is 0.71226. Obviously, if this level fails, then you're probably coming back down to 0.70584. There, you may find support. This thing is like everything else. It came off of those highs, but it could be a dead cat bounce, right? Near term, the trend is down, and I mean near term. Last February, so not very long ago. Other than that, this thing is completely bullish and has been bullish for a long time, since March, boom, of last year. So there you go. Do you want to sell it or do you want to buy it? Well, watch this level here first, and that will give you a little bit more of an educated guess as to what it's going to do, I guess you could say. All right, so I'm watching this level right now. Tomorrow morning when I wake up for the New York Open, if it's trading above it, maybe I'll be looking for bullish entries. Your next bullish resistance level is going to be 0.72392. All right, I was looking at this level. This level was already tested, and you're trading up next to it now. So the chances are, if it catches a bullish bounce, it's going to blast right through that area. So just look at this line up here. That is your resistance. So if that's what you want to target, more or less, moving on, if you're taking bullish entries on this asset. New Zealand yen looks a little bit better than pound yen, as it did have a bigger bounce last week. Remember, the pound yen was just trading sideways until Friday. This thing had a nice bounce Wednesday. You did not close above your resistance on Wednesday, but Thursday you did. All right, so now you are heading lower. That's okay. You got your daily close above, so chances are bulls are going to be lining up to buy this thing on any support test. Look for 77 spot 124. If you get a push down into this area, you can look for bullish entries targeting this wick high right there. That's what I'd be looking for on the New Zealand versus the Japanese yen. So USD JPY did not work out. I was looking for bullish entries on this asset, but you have broke beneath your support level at 109 spot 240 ish right here, 261, 109 spot 261. You got your daily close below that level, and you have since pushed down into a lower area of support. All right, this is your support, not the top side of that candle, because you have already closed below it. This is your area of support, as you have not been able to close a daily below it. So that is your support as of right now. You can see you almost got beautiful tests of that level with closes back off the level. So somebody's buying it up down here. Is this thing going to take off to the upside again? We don't know. As far as what we do know is the United States dollar, with the interest rates rising, right? It's almost up to 2%. We do know that the Japanese yen is negative. So that's almost a 2-point spread. So I was looking at maybe possibly this thing going higher for the carry trade, alone, as just holding this long gives you almost a 2% yield, right? So I am expecting this thing to find support. I think this is just a pullback. Yes, it pulled back deeper than we wanted it to. We were looking for it to hold here, but we did not get that. So a lot of people, myself included, was stopped out on this push lower. That's okay. Is it going to find support here? 108 spot 585. Keep this level on your charts for this week to come. You get a daily level or a daily close below that level. Your next area of support is down here, right there at 108 spot 381, right? So if you lose that area, you got all the way down here to come, because this was a big breakout, big strong move to the upside. So price can come back down there. I mean, we'll see what happens. We know we're watching this level right here. Link so strong. We'll take a look at Link in a little bit. Oz. What's up, Yvette Lopez? B Rent. What's happening, my friend? Miguel, Jazzy. All right, guys. And last, let's see here. We didn't look at pound dollar. Yes, we did. This is just this is on Forex.com. I have an account with Forex.com as well. Let's look at Euro Aussie. This thing was looking like it was wanting to possibly had formed a rounded bottom, was maybe going to go higher. This thing has been in a big, long downtrend. I mean, I can remember before March happened, I was looking at this as a place to sell, right? When it came back up into this area, and then we broke out. We took out all this stuff, and this thing just took off, man. That's a lot of pips from this bullish candle right here. That would have been a pretty much year making trade as well, right? 2,000 pips to the upside, and then just as fast as it went up, it came all the way back down. Then we traded sideways for a bit, and now we're heading lower. So I thought we may have found support down here when we had Euro bullishness, but the Aussie bullishness is just keeping this thing down. Somebody else wanted me to take a look at it as the reason why I have it on the chart. As of right now, I don't like it for anything. Here is your resistance up here. Actually, you could use this one because it has not been closed above yet, and your support level is all the way down here. So you're in a range. Right now, you are in the middle of that range. Is there opportunities to take for intraday trades? Yeah, probably, but why even waste your time, as I feel like there's just way better markets to look for something like that. So until you get a breakout above one spot 56692 or a breakdown below one spot 52631, I would leave Aussie or Euro Aussie alone. All right, and then Aussie CAD. We were looking at Aussie CAD this morning as well. We have basically put in what you want to call a triple bottom or whatever, head and shoulders. This thing has moved to the upside. We took out daily resistance, and I think this thing may be looking for a support test. You have support right down here, all right, right there. So let's see what happens if it gets down there at 0 spot 96125. It is in the near term in a downtrend. All right, that's just the near term. You can see how this thing was trading so beautifully. Sell, you know what I mean? Every pop in price was sold into. Pop in price, sold into. Pop in price, sold into. Pop in price, sold into. Then boom, you broke out. So it looks like the sellers have lost their control, at least for the near term. Your support level is all the way down here. I'm going to be watching this week 0 spot 96125 to see if this level holds a support. I'm not buying it up here, as this is your resistance level. One day you did close above it, but the very next day you traded right back down and closed below it. That's okay. My bias would still be bullish on this as long as it finds support, right? You can use this level if you want. I like this level better. You can throw it on your chart and watch it, right? That's your highest level, so obviously that level will come into play first. 0 spot 96313 or 0 spot 96125. One of these two areas, as long as you're holding support there, you can look for bullish entries targeting that wick high, ultimately targeting up here. But you would take profits on that first attempt to get above resistance, and then let the rest ride. All right, and then one more, Aussie yen. Aussie yen looks better than every other yen pair, as you're still trading at highs. You did have a pullback, but that pullback was bought right back up. Now we came back down, and it looks like they have bought it back up again. You are struggling at resistance, though. So there's your resistance, 84 spot 314. Let's see what happens. If this thing's going to move up, it's going to have to find support. The first area of support that I would look for would be 83 spot 390. If that level doesn't hold, then the bottom is just right there. So there's no point in even looking at that. This is a nice bearish target. I do have to bring that up, right? You did fail to get above resistance. It does look bullish, but this is a nice target. You have all these wicks down here, so you have willing sellers at a lower price. So yeah, as long as you're trading below 84 spot 314, I would have to look at this being the target. That's just the way I look at things. But if it finds support at 83 spot 390, it can absolutely do that, turn right around and head to the upside. It just depends on how bullish Aussie is and how bearish the yen is. WTH, ETH. All right, what's up? Jordan's in the house, everybody. Thank you, Jordan, for showing up. All right, I'll answer the questions, but I'm gonna go up and hit all the people that I missed. All right, so just bear with me. I will get to your questions, or to your assets. Just 1 second. Adam USD KF. Let's go look at Adam. Adam USD. Everything in the crypto world is going to be looking basically the same. You can see, let me go over here and pull up this list real quick. This is my basic, what everybody asks for all the time list. And you can see that there's only 3 assets that has a green day. Doge is two of them. Doge BTC and Doge USD. The other one is linked. So everything had a day like today and yesterday in the cryptocurrency world. Basically, you've tested old support. So let's get rid of the drawings. You have sliced right through other areas that should have held as support and did not. So this is your first area here. Why won't it grab that? Thank you, sir. Right there. So as long as you're closing daily candles above 19.554, it looks okay. You have not taken out massive support. That is your massive support. You do not want to see a daily close below that level. If you get that, you're heading down here to test 17.14 or spot 04, apologies. But right now, this could just be a shakeout move, guys. I've seen worse shakeout moves than this. 3 days of down is really nothing. It's a buying opportunity in some cases. I know as soon as Bitcoin closes red today, I will be adding more funds. This is the level of support to watch right now. Here's another level you can look at, 20.981. You're trading above that. So if you do get a close below that, you can look for a retest of this level. It's almost imminent. As long as you're staying above that level, then yeah, there's not really anything to go by. There's no levels in this price leg down, except if I go into a 4-hour chart. And that first level of resistance will be 24.922 right here. Boom, right there. So if you stay holding above these levels, you can look for a test of this level here, at which point, if the sellers are going to remain in control, they will reload back up on that right there. And then Aave. Same chart, almost identical, right? The reason stuff does this is because all the big firms that use trading algos and bots, they have them basically programmed to do the same thing. So price action looks similar along all assets. This was your breakout area. You tested it, broke down. That shows that there is no, at least strength from that price point. They were looking for lower prices to buy it. Aave was extremely bullish. You did take out your resistance level here at 443 with a daily close and then immediately a rejection. So this is a bull trap. Right now you have to look to see where it wants to find support. First level is obviously this lowest level here and then this level here, right? So those levels are too close. I'll use the lowest one because the lowest one is the most important one. So basically you're in a range. Right? This is not the level that I want to watch for anymore. I mean, you could find resistance at that level. However, there might be something you can find closer. There's a 4-hour bearish bullish candle right there, 424. So that will be your first area to look for, resistance test and hold. If you have bought this dip, I would be looking to take some profits ahead of that level and then move your stop up to break even. What's the worst that can happen after that point? Right? It was a profitable trade. You cannot lose money. That is risk management. So that's what I'd be looking for on Aave right now. This was a pretty big, nasty move. You have cleared out all liquidity resting beneath that low there, as well as this low here. So will it hold support? I don't know. 348.89. That's the level to watch for support. You start closing 4 hours beneath that level, you are heading to test lower prices. Hey Heath, how big normally set your trailing stops? That was Boris. I usually set them beneath major swing highs and swing lows, daily swing high and swing lows. I'll go back to pound yen real fast so I can show you basically. Where is it? There it is. So when I entered the trade, I don't remember exactly which area, but each swing low that was put in, I would let the price trade away from the area and put in a higher daily close. Once that happened, I would just bring my trailing stop up underneath that bullish candle, right? And just so on and so forth. This put in a new swing low. Once this bullish candle put in a very much higher, taking out your resistance level to the upside with a strong bullish close, I then brought my trailing stop up to that swing low. And that's basically what I did all the way up until we got into this area here. This was the last swing low. If I would have left it here, I would have still been safe, right? But at that point, the trade had already done so well that it didn't really matter anymore, because I can simply just jump right back in once I get that support test and hold, right? I'm watching the markets every day. So I wasn't losing any sleep over the fact that that took me out of a very profitable trade. Very profitable trade. It was a fantastic trade. What's up, Woo63? Hope that helps, Boris. Link. OZ wants to look at Link. Stinky Linky. Let's go look at it. It was also green. Oh, that's Link versus Bitcoin. Man, that's a support test and hold. There's nothing else to say. This looks a lot better than everything else, right? You had your breakout above resistance. You just came back in and retested it, and so far it's being pushed back up. On the 4 hour, you can see you've even taken out your 4 hour where resistance should have held. That bullish candle, it did not. So look for a retest of that level. This does look strong, right? You have to look for bullish entries if you're going to be looking for entries. If you're looking for a swing trade or a day trade, watch 36.71. If price comes back, you did get a test of it right here. So it is not a fresh area. It has been tested. So if you come back down and you test it again, as long as you're not closing 4 hour levels or 4 hour candles below that level, you could possibly look for bullish entries. And I would only be targeting my first area of resistance, which is right above you at 40.51. Right there would be where my first initial take profit would occur. I would then move my stop up to break even to see what happens. It does look better than everything else. You are finding more strength from this push to the downside. So wait for that test right there. If you lose this area, then I would leave it alone. Period. End of story. That's just what I would do, right? And Link versus Bitcoin looks even better. I mean, you're already trading back up at highs. Like this was immediately was bought into. So this does also give you something to look forward to, right? Like the crypto markets are being bought up, especially Link versus Bitcoin. This was a resistance test or support test. You tested it. Buyers stepped in, limit orders were setting down there. They have made this market go right back up to the highs where you are currently rejecting off of this area of resistance, 0.000697734, right there. So see what happens if you get a test back down to this bullish candle at 65,143. As long as you are unable to close a 4 hour candle below 65,143, you can possibly look for bullish entries targeting that area of resistance once again. If this thing does break out above these highs right here, it can go higher. It can absolutely keep smoking right along to the upside. It looks a lot better than everything else in the crypto sphere right now, or that I've seen anyway. Yeah, looks better than anything I've seen so far. I hope you're feeling better, Jordan. I hope you broke your fever and everything. I hope your wife is feeling great as well, my man. Hope everything is doing good with your family. Let's go look at ETH for Xavier. All right, so ETH was looking a lot stronger than Bitcoin. Let's get rid of all this nonsense because we start over. Always start over. It's not a bad thing. New price bars give you new data, right? There is your resistance level at 2150.54. You came back down and you retested it. So far, you're trading nicely above it, right? If we close here or higher, that would look good for ETH. It absolutely would. ETH was stronger than Bitcoin. ETH broke out above its all-time high, consolidated for a few days, and then boom, straight to the upside once more. So as long as you're trading above 2150.54 on a daily closing basis, you are holding support, right? So, yeah. And obviously, the next area or first area of resistance would be 2430.72. That's where I'd be looking to take profits if you were to enter this trade. Let's go down into a smaller time frame and see if I can't set you up with at least something to look for. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I guess just watch this daily level. You know it's a daily level, so a 4-hour close below it won't really matter too much. This daily does close in 2 hours. So if it's closing below in 2 hours, then that doesn't look so good for ETH. ETH had a big sell-off like Bitcoin did. It was a pretty nice, not pretty nice, it was a pretty vicious move to the downside. Remember, when things are trading at all-time highs, it is nothing to have a 21% correction. What's up, Pepe? Go on. Go find something to do, buddy. That's my cat. His name is Pepe because he looks just like Pepe Le Pew. Black and white. So yeah, ETH, there's not much to say. Not much else to say about it, man. It looks like it's holding support right now. Just wait and see if it does hold it. But you need something to test against. There is the risk to reward that doesn't really give you a good risk to reward setup right here either, because your stop would have to go beneath that wick, right? So that makes your risk to reward almost 1-to-1 at best. We look for higher, bigger risk to reward setups, like 2-to-1 at least. Hey Heath, I'm on 2x getting caught up. Can you go into more detail on the carry trade? Yeah, the carry trade is just when the interest rates have a gap. So if you're trading one currency versus another currency, for instance, USD, JPY, what some firms will do, some firms and institutions, investment banks, things like that, they will get long that asset versus the other asset for the carry trade, because you get a swap. It's a swap rate, essentially. Every broker has a swap rate. Some brokers have a better swap than others. So basically, Oanda's swap ain't all that great. It's not bad, but it's not that great. But this is with a lot of money, right? You're not going to earn a lot of money on a smaller account with a swap. You need a lot of money to earn anything on swap or the carry trade. Carry trade is just another word for swap, right? It's just another word, and all you're doing is you're trading a currency versus another currency that has lower interest rates, because yeah, it's just math. You can actually Google it and learn a lot more on it than I can explain to you right now. I hope what I did say does help though. But that's essentially all it is. That's why I'm also looking for it to go up. It doesn't have to. Just because I think that's what's going on doesn't mean I'm right ever. Ever. Let price be your guide. What am I looking for? USD JPY. Right there. It is at a good spot to look for support. You know what I mean? But I don't generally like it when you break out of an area and come right back down and retest it. That wasn't a quick retest, so I like it still to the upside. I still like it to the upside because I still think as long as the interest rates are going up, if the TNX starts going down, right, then that swap or the carry trade does not look as attractive anymore. So you almost have to watch the TNX. The TNX is still going up. I mean, you had a nice down day on it, and you did, yeah. So, I mean, is it finding support right now? It's all gappy and stuff, so not really any pertinent levels that I can see. I mean, right off the bat, there's that daily bullish candle. You can use that as a support level, 1.53. So that's 1.5%, right? As long as you're trading above 1% and the yen is trading below 0, you got that 1% carry. So, but that's, like I said, that's basically, you got to have a lot of money to capitalize on that. But it can give you trading ideas, looking for bullish entries on assets that does have a positive swap or positive carry. What's up, Enat? How you doing? Joshua? Gold, please. Absolutely. I can't believe I didn't look at gold. XAUUSD. There's gold. Beautiful. So we did make that double bottom. We were watching this double bottom. We were actually watching price up in here when it was trading inside of this range at 1745.05 and 1729.880. Basically what we said, if you get a daily closure below 1729.88, look for this trend line to come back into play. If you get a daily closure above that level, look for a retest. All right. You did get your daily closure above that level. You did put in a new level of resistance. Let's see at that new level of resistance, which is 1755, spot 61. Let's see if price comes back into this area. Does it hold as support or not? All right. Daily close below that level. You can look for this bearish candle's close at 1745, $10 lower, but that could be the area where it finds support. It does look good. You did close above this support, old resistance or old support, just barely. You did get that close above it, so just barely. Right now, the way it looks, I would be looking for bullish entries at this level or this level. You get a daily closure below this bottom level, I would wait to see what happens back around this trend line. If I pull it out, you can see how I got the trend line real fast. I just essentially have it off of this low, which is May the 20th, 2019, to this low at March the 16th, 2020. And that's it. That's it. This is your third touch right there. Boom. You don't even need a third touch. I only use 2 points to make a trend line. And then I look for that third touch to happen later, right? That's usually your tradable event, is on the third touch. You are coming into weekly resistance. I don't like that level so much as it was broke down, but this is your first time testing it, so you can expect a small bounce to the downside when it comes up into that level 1786, spot 920. This is another reason why we do not buy highs. We wait for pullbacks, because then the risk to reward is better and you can target that resistance level, right? Take profits at that resistance level if it holds as support at one of these two areas lower. It looks constructive. It looks constructive. You had a nasty downtrend for a long time since last August. It's been trading down, put in a double bottom and higher. So it's still in the area of attractive short though, right? Because you haven't cleared this swing high up here. You've taken out this swing high, but this swing high would look a lot better. But right now, the near term, or at least since the 29th, you've been going up. So look for bullish entries only if you do not fail there. Egal Patel says, everybody hit the like button. I don't understand why we don't have more likes. Does it make sense? We all look forward to Sunday. I look forward to you being here, Egal, as well. I appreciate you guys for hitting the like button, as it does help, I guess. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Egal. Thank you for being here. BTC, Ziploc Homes. I love that name, Ziploc Homes. That's freaking fantastic. Let's go look at Bitcoin. Get a little bit more in depth. So Bitcoin is trading at that daily support level. You are trading a little bit beneath it, but there's 2 hours left on this daily closure, so it could jump right back above that level quickly, right? This was your area of support all the way down here, but since you're trading up here, I would focus more on this level for now. Right, for now. If you close below there, man, if you get that closure below 55, 955, spot 75, you can look for a retest of 52, 259, which is this level back down here. All right, it's a pretty big sell-off. I mean, from the high, it's almost 20%. Technically, that's what before everything happened in March, if something moved down 20%, people would call that a bear market. But we all know that Bitcoin is different. And this time, everything is different, right? We never had anything like we had last March. So it's just different. So watch price. Price is king. Excuse me. I'll be watching 55, 955 for the next couple days. See what happens here. I am looking for that level to test or get tested again if this level does not hold. Other than that, there's nothing else to do, right? Nothing else to do. I'm assuming a lot of people are going to be buying this. This is a nice 20% pullback, right? I'm going to buy it as soon as the weekly closes because it's going to close red, and that's just a little rule that I have. Now, we have taken out 2 weeks of bullish price action. So if those 2 weeks of bullish price action were actually bullish or more bullish than they are, then you could look at that as almost sort of like a blow off top, but it is clearly not, right? This weekly range isn't even as big as this weekly range, and we traded up. So the same thing can happen here, right? Big push to the downside, people buy it, and it moves higher. Bitcoin's extremely bullish. Extremely bullish. I mean, that thing is insane. Extremely bullish. The short term, obviously, is seeing a little bit of a correction. What platform are you using to trade crypto? You're not able to do it directly in TradingView, right? No, Burke. I used to use Coinbase, and then I got rid of them because they kept screwing up. Now I have assets on KuCoin and Kraken. As I am in the USA, I do not use Binance or do anything. I don't use a VPN or anything like that. I trade what I'm allowed to trade, and those two platforms I'm allowed to use and trade. So Kraken and KuCoin, as I have not found much success even getting an order in KuCoin yet. I don't know what's going on. I have to figure it out. It's a completely different platform than I'm used to, that's for sure. When you're used to taking trades off of the Oanda or Forex.com straight off of TradingView, it makes it simple. And then you go to a platform like KuCoin and you're a little bit discombobulated, to say the least. But no, I cannot take trades off of TradingView. There are several brokers: Tradeovate, AMP, Iron Beam, Alpaca, TradeStation, Gemini. All of those are crypto assets that you can, or I could if I put money on those assets. But I'm almost positive none of these assets offer leveraged or margin trading. And I like margin trading because, well, I like to use other people's money and also sometimes go short, right? Hello, new here, says Marilyn Baggs. Welcome, Marilyn. Welcome. Glad you're here. Please, ETH truck. ETH truck. All right, let's go look at ETH's truck. Turkish lira. Binance, Binex, Poloniex. Let's use Binance. Yeah. The Turkish lira is getting crushed by ETH. I wouldn't imagine that there's a whole lot of liquidity in this thing. Let's see. Wow, it looks good. It looks better than most assets. Yeah, I mean, it looks similar to everything else. However, the Turkish lira is a little bit weaker than, say, the euro, the dollar, the franc, the pound, and other assets. So, this bounce looks better. There's your support level. You know what I mean? You got two right there that you can watch. Just watch the lowest one it was tested. But you are trading back above this old resistance level here. So watch that level too to see if that level holds as support. This level down here is 16,348. This level right here is 17,686. The daily is about to close in 2 hours. So if you're closing above 17,686, it looks good. Looks okay to me. Doesn't look bad. You are currently testing 4-hour resistance right now at 18,472. So you can look for a retest of 17,686 to see if that area holds as support. If it does, then retarget 18,472. Because if this level holds as support, I would assume this level would be broke. Then your next 4-hour resistance is up here at 19,098. It's odd that it doesn't have any change. Just straight round numbers. But there you go. Those are your two levels to watch near term. If you do get a closure below this level, then look for this level to be tested, right? Then you just got too many lines on your chart and it looks a little bit crazy. But that's what you're looking at. I mean, that's what you're looking at. Nano USD. Binance, calculated by TradingView. Let's look at it on Kraken. Nice. Look at that. Boom. Yeah, this thing isn't bearish. No, at all. Something happened to make this thing explode like that. That's yesterday. This is today. So, massive squeeze to the upside. You smoked your resistance. The top is at all-time highs. Looks like it. Yeah, there's nothing to do when assets are trading at all-time highs. I mean, if you want to buy the high and take a chance on getting burnt by exhaustion risk, go right ahead. I would not, however. I would not. I would be looking for pullbacks to see if it wants to hold a support. Your first area to look for that support test has already been tested. That level is 8.728797. This level right here. All right. Yeah, you've already tested this level too, but like I said, these ranges are big because it's at all-time highs. So yeah, be careful trading this stuff. Be careful. There's really nothing else for me to say. Watch that level at 8.72. As long as you hold that area of support, you can target this level up here at 12.11. At which point I would be trying to take profits ahead of. So that way, if you get a reversal there, you come back in, you did get some money out of the trade. And Xavier, I did look at ETH for you. I don't know why you're still asking me to look at it. And I just looked at ETH truck as well. Danny, good evening, Heath. For Euro USD, I wanted to ask you why you don't consider last daily red close as support after this weekly break, searching for higher high on an 8 hour. Let's go look at it. For Euro USD, I want to ask you why you don't consider the last daily red close as support. This level here, that's Thursday. It could hold as support, but this is your bigger range. Remember, this level down here is a weekly level, right? That level could absolutely hold as support. Absolutely. Absolutely. It is a valid area. And it's not because I say it is. It's because it said it is. That's why my levels of support and resistance are not subjective. There is no subjection in the fact that this candle closed at 1.19665. That in itself makes it support. Your very next candle, you opened at that price, you pushed lower, and then traded above it and closed above it. So yeah, you could. But if we come down here to test this level, I'm just assuming that you might get a wick down to here, and that would give you a better risk to reward. As I took this trade last week, aiming at the stops above this double top here. I took this long, looking to exit my trade. I wanted to sell my trade to these higher buyers, right? Higher buyers, willing, just sitting there. I wanted to sell it to them. So now that trade has taken place. These stops are gone. So the risk to reward from here, what's your reward? This here, right? Because you closed back above your resistance. This is your resistance level. Yes, we purged the stops up here, but you closed back below your resistance level. So this would have to be your first target. So the risk to reward, your risk would have to be the bearish, this bullish candle's wick all the way down here. And that puts you at less than a 1-to-1 risk to reward, which is why I didn't say anything about it. And I hope that helps. But yeah. I'm looking for this level down here to be retested. This level can hold, and if you can find it on a smaller time frame, a nice area to put your stop beneath, yeah, you could probably target that, and that's like 30 pips or so, I would say. Let's look. No, it's not. It's 18 pips. I was way off. And that in itself doesn't even give me a, you know what I mean? Like, I only want to take a trade that I can at least get 30 pips out of, as 18 pips just doesn't cut it. Your stop's going to be anywhere from 8 to 15 pips wide in the Forex market. Hope that helps, my friend. Oz, thanks for the analysis, Heath. You are welcome, my friend. Doing well, says Dan. I'm glad you're doing well, my friend. What do you think about Dogecoin? I think Dogecoin is an animal right now. I think a lot of people are FOMOing into this asset, and I think they're probably going to get hurt. Let me go. It's right here. So we know this, right? We know that Dogecoin is not really anything. It was made as a joke. We also know that it is a fork from Litecoin. Litecoin was pumping as well. So if Litecoin pumps, Doge has a better chance of pumping, except Doge pumped a lot harder than Litecoin did because nobody was trading it. Once you broke out above here and it kind of simmered down, it did give us an entry. However, we weren't watching it. Once we put in this double top essentially and traded away, I pretty much at that point thought Doge was done. So that's my bad. You know what I'm saying? That's my bad. But once you got your daily close above resistance, this was your resistance. Once you got this close here, you did put in an outside reversal or AKA bearish engulfing candle the next day, but you tested your support right there perfectly. That's your entry. First target that high, but there's no way to know something like this is ever going to occur. No way. With Elon help pumping it and other people like Wall Street Bets, everybody like that, it's just the hot topic right now. So this is what's going on. It's absolutely exploding. A lot of shorts got punished. If you were shorting this thing, you got smoked. You know what I'm saying? This was a brutal move to the upside, and it's one of very few crypto assets that are green on the day right now. So that speaks volumes. It tells me a lot. Like, people are actually buying this thing. I thought this was probably just going to be a pump and then a dump, but it has not dumped yet. I thought this was the pump. But alt season is still in effect, and it will be for another few months. So, I mean, I'm not buying this asset up here. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? There's no way. This is full-on exhaustion risk. I know some people are calling for $1, but that's another 100%, over 100% move just to get to $1. Like, come on. You've already moved almost 1,000%, and it's a meme. It's a meme. And you're going to get hurt if you try to trade it. 7,000% this thing has moved. 7,000%. And people are calling for $1. Nah, not me, my friend. I would stay away from it. I'm just trying to help. You know what I mean? Yes, it could go to $1. It could go to $1 tomorrow. But I'm not looking for that to happen. If you got a test down here, back down here to $24 area or 24-cent area, and you held that area as support, then maybe you could look for a intra-range trend to the upside. But until that happens, you can't buy it up here. You just can't. You're going to get hurt. It's coming into 4-hour resistance right now. It's testing it right now. It could go higher, though. Absolutely. It could absolutely break out. But you can guarantee people are shorting this thing now for sure. 7,000% it moved. Just keep that into, it's just a little bit of perspective. Jordan says, good TA. Thank you, my friend. What it means, the blue line AMNES on this. I'm not sure what you're asking, Renee. WTI. Yeah, let's look at WTI. Let me look at US oil. It's the same asset. There's no D in US oil, my friend. Come on, what's wrong with you? So, yeah, it's been extremely bullish, which we were trading the CAD pairs. You came down, you made a new support, and then you consolidated for a long time. You're breaking out of that consolidation right now, and you're coming into resistance. So it is bullish overall. It's positioned to the upside, right? This is going to be your first resistance area at 63.77. If that level holds, look for a pullback. If you get a pullback, there are two levels that I would watch. First level I would watch would be 61.58. What happens when price comes into there? And then down here would be my line in the sand, 59.84. If you get a daily closure below 59.78, then I would no longer be looking for bullish entries on it, as it's probably going to come back down here and test your support level at 57.33. But this looks good. You had a push down, a buying opportunity, consolidation, which usually means accumulation, and then a bounce out of the area, indicative of strength. Definitely looks stronger than it does weak. I would only be looking for bullish opportunities. Watch these two levels first, right? You might get that pullback into resistance now, so it might pull back into one of these two areas, looking for buyers. Other than that, there's not much to do. This sell-off was due to some news too, by the way. The supply news. For your, oh, okay, I answered that question. Awesome, thank you. Hello, Jack M. Like, very good TA, clear as day, just bought. Hello, why it comes down and then up every time? Hello, why it comes down and then up every time? That's what markets do, my friend. They go up and they go down. OPM, yes, OPM. I don't know what that is. I don't know if you're answering somebody's question in the chat. Potatoes, 7:30. Hit BTC offers leverage trading. I mean, it's Ono Anda. Hit BTC. Yeah, I can't use Hit BTC. It's not on the list of these are all the brokers that I can link up with TradingView, and Hit is not one of them, right? So those are the only brokers that I can link TradingView to. In the different regions, though, they have different brokers. So like in Europe, they can't link Oanda through TradingView, but I can. So different regions offer different things. Jay Green says, what's up, Heath? Join late. Look at BTC Ethereum. Absolutely, my friend, and welcome. BTC Ethereum. ETC. BTC ETC? No? Why can't it find it? What am I doing wrong? BTC Ethereum. Maybe it's ETH BTC. There it is. Coinbase. All right, so Ethereum was stronger. Here it is the proof is in the pudding. I could have just went to Kraken and pulled it up. My brain is not with me today, ladies and gentlemen. If you find it, please return it back to me immediately. Yeah, I mean, it's stronger than Bitcoin. It's stronger than Bitcoin. You're testing support. Your support level is right below you. 36.43, right? It's looking good on today. Everything else is extremely destroyed. This isn't. So we were watching this down here, but I quit watching it after I got stopped out. And then we had this big, huge explosion to the upside, which that's what generally happens to everybody, at least once, right? You're right on the trade, but you get stopped out, and then it immediately goes in your direction. Yeah, that happens a lot. So I'm watching for the support test at 36.43, right? I'm looking for it to test this level right here and hold on a daily closing basis. That's also a beautiful, perfect level for your 8-hour, and I absolutely love it when my 8-hour and daily resistance levels are the same. It's fantastic. It's just another little edge of confluence and you're gonna get beneath this wick, so you will stop everybody out. Boom, that's the level that I want to see hold of support. If we get a test of this level and a hold of support, I will be entering this trade. I did take a trade on ADA BTC yesterday. Obviously, that trade went bust. All right, that trade went bust. But yeah, I like ETH BTC. I am looking for an entry around 36.43 if that level holds as support. Peter says, great. TA, thank you, my friend. .USD and Silver USD for Daniel. Got you. How long have we been rolling? An hour and 8 minutes. All right. .USD. Let's look at it on Kraken. Yeah, it's having a pretty bad day. The daily, please. Thank you. Yeah, you tested support 34.30. This was your area. This is an old level, but you can see that it coincides nicely with this new one. So that is currently where your support level is. This was your support level. So if you close beneath this level, 39.58, I would be looking for a retest of this level and then possibly a push down to 34.36 unless you get a close above this level. 39.58. If it cannot close above that level, I would be looking for this level to be tested. And that offers up a tradable event, in my opinion. As soon as you get that daily closure above 39.58, the trade is invalid. I would go as far as say as soon as you get a 4-hour close above that level, the trade is invalidated. That's just my opinion. DOT has been really strong, and seeing big moves like this, especially on Kraken, you know, it can happen, and then it can get bought right back up. This could be a buying opportunity for a lot of people. And then let's go look at silver. XAGUSD. So silver came into resistance, found it. Boom, 26.31. That is your near-term resistance level. So look for this level at 25.45 to be tested. If price pushes down into here. If price pushes back down into here, look for this area to hold as support. Right? This doesn't look as strong as gold. Remember, gold put in a double bottom and then moved up and then broke above its first swing high. This is silver's first swing high, and you have not been able to get above it. All right, so silver is lagging behind gold just a little bit right now. However, this was a strong push off these lows down here. So right now, for the near term, at least this leg of price action, the bulls are in control of this asset. It's only normal that they would be exiting their positions ahead of resistance, looking for entering new positions once you find higher low support. If you find higher low support, the first area that I would look for that higher low support is 25.45, this level right here. And then I'd be aiming, obviously, for that resistance level first. You get above this, and then you can go higher. Silver is... I'm not so happy with silver, but it's just basically trading sideways, man. I thought silver was gone once we put in this price action here, and then it failed me. So silver's grounded. Silver must stay in its room for a while. I want to see it get above that 26.31 level on a daily closing basis, and I want to see that level hold as support. Then I can get excited for silver again. Did I miss silver TA? Nope, just did it. Hi, I'm new here, and I wanted to ask if trading is difficult or simple. Well, it's simple to place a trade. It's difficult to make money trading. Right? Oh, okay, I got you, Xavier. Awesome, thank you. Looks like Daily Fund got deleted. Spammers, please go away. Algo, absolutely, for Mr. Brett Armstrong. Algo ran. Algo ran, putting in a reversal candle as well, like everybody else. You're testing support, though. This is good for Algo, right? I mean, you are right on your support level right now. So... yeah, I mean, that's a strong bounce. You broke through several support levels until you found support, and that support was 1.26 down here. Now you're trading back up above this support level currently. Once again, there's another hour and 40 minutes left on this daily closure. Where does it close? Does it close above it or below it? If it closes above it, then you could maybe look for higher prices. But this is a big bearish candle. I mean, it is what it is, right? There's no sugarcoating it. This thing is bullish, longer term, absolutely. It's had a nice run to the upside. And you came in, tested old daily resistance when you put in that high. And then sellers got more aggressive. So people were probably just taking profits ahead of that level, looking to exit positions. So see where it finds support. The two areas are one spot 46 and one spot 26 on Algo. You can connect Gemini to TradingView. Yeah, you can. I don't think I can margin trade on Gemini. You may be able to. I don't know. I think Brandon was saying that he was using Gemini or still uses Gemini, but it doesn't offer margin trading for US customers. I don't know. Arc K says Wehrmacht. Yeah, let's go look at Arc. Let's see how she's doing. What am I doing? It's Arc K. It's only normal that Arc K suffered during that tech sell-off that we had not too long ago. It's a tech stock, right? It's a growth tech stock, focuses on that stuff. It's trading basically sideways. You got a double bottom here. I'm not a pattern trader. It's important that you guys understand that. I just said it's a double bottom because it is, but I wouldn't base trades upon that, right? That level of support is 110 spot 26. Came into resistance and you're struggling a little bit. So see if it finds high or low support somewhere inside of this range. In my opinion, it's a good investment, not so much of a trading vehicle. I like it as an investment vehicle. So just, is it in a good area to buy now? Yeah, I think ARC's going to be a lot higher than $124 in the next 10 years. I absolutely do believe that. But if you're looking to trade it, you're inside of a range, and I would have to go down to smaller time frames to find you legitimate areas. It's hard to find gappy stuff, legit areas, and gappy price action. Watch 130 spot 51. You get a breakout above that level and close a daily above that level. Look for a retest of that level, and then look for bullish entries. But yep, that's pretty much it on it. I mean, it's a stock. Stocks only go up. What's good margin buy for ETH? I don't know if I'd be buying ETH on margin at its current price point. I'm sorry. I can't answer that. That is exactly financial advice. ETH USDT. We've looked at ETH a few times. I'll just go up against it real quick. But you did say USDT specifically. It's going to look almost exactly the same. But I'll give you your current levels of support. Is this bearish candle here? Why does this not work every time? At 1963 spot 47. 1963 spot 47. That's your current level of support. It held. You've got a nice bounce incoming out of it. Last area of resistance is now being held as support. Would be 2151 spot 36. I mean, I don't know what you want to do. You're trading at all-time highs. If you want to buy it here, you have no real good area to drop a stop loss, right? I'll buy a little bit of ETH, but I'm not buying it on margin. I'm just buying a little bit because I buy red weeks. I like buying red weeks. I think it's going to be much higher. I basically only invest in Ethereum and Bitcoin. I don't trade it because I trade everything else. Other people's money. Yeah, that's what margin is. It's the broker's money in relation to margin trading, says Potatoes. Yes, sir. Can you see Safe Moon? I don't know what that is. I will look and see if I can find it, and then I'm going to have to wrap it up. Safe Moon on Uniswap? Oh, yeah. No, I can't see it. Literally. It doesn't do anything. So I don't know what the ticker is for that. I'm sorry. Check out Moonboy Finance. They have... Okay. We'll get right on that, my friend. We will get right on that. JUVBTC says David Alpheus. JUV. I don't think I know what this is either. It's on KuCoin. Well, it's not doing so good. Not since its IPO. Let's stretch it out and see what we got here. Let me see if I can find you some valid support levels. You're actually in the support right now, right? That bearish candle, but since you're at it, see if you close below it today, right? And then tomorrow as well. See how it trades. Your next area of support would be down here. But since it's so close to this area, I would just use that bearish closing price. So these are your two areas to look for a support test. If it's going to go higher, I would like for it to hold at one of these two areas. It's so wicky and crazy. Like every time it gets above 3,200 Satoshis, it gets pummeled, beat up, beat down, or whatever you want to say. They destroy this thing. It's not the best looking asset in the world. If you like the project, it's at a very good spot to buy. Not with margin. Take as much money as you can afford to lose. That won't hurt you if you lose it, and put a little bit of money into it. It's at a good spot. It's at a good spot. You got a nice rounded bottom down here. Will it go up? I don't know. But it's cheap enough now. That's for sure. Yeah, there's not much to be done on that, man, because it gets beat up every time it gets above 3,000 Satoshis. Also new here, where would you recommend to start learning to trade? Love the channel, by the way. Found it a few weeks ago. Well, we're doing our best to teach you here. If you go on my channel real quick, let me do something real fast. If you're not familiar with Jordan and Brandon on Crypto Trades and Tech, I would recommend you going and checking out their channels as well. Give me 1 second and I will drop the link for you. So here's Jordan's link. Boom. He will do his best to help you. I will do my best to help you. And then obviously Brandon will do his best to help you live down by the river in a bus or a van. There's Brandon's channel. So, yeah. My friend made 2,900% from Safe Moon. Damn. That's a nice trade. Pound yen, thank you please. And I think I'm going to wrap it up with that one. Let's go look at it. Hang on, Rune USDT. Let me go look at that one first. Another bullish asset, man. Extremely bullish. You are currently above your old resistance level. There's nothing to do, my friend. There's nothing to do. Here's a level you can look for support test if you get down there at 11.87. You did test that level today. So today was your buying opportunity. Now the trade has already happened, my friend. So you're going to have to give this thing a few days to chill out and find a new area of support. All right. I would keep this line on the chart 11.87 because this can reverse and come down. Look to see if it holds a support there. If it does, this level here, maybe you find support there as well, as this was your last bearish closing price. You got way beneath of it and now you're trading above it. So you could look for a retest of that level, 14.15. But understand your risk to reward is skewed. It's a 1-to-1 at best. If you come back down and test this, you get your stop under that wick. You're only aiming for that wick. If it doesn't get taken out right now, it's not a good risk to reward. So I would wait for the risk to reward to get better in your favor, like down here, for instance. So I hope that helps. And then JPY USD, and then I have to wrap it up as I got some steaks to grill. Where is it? There it is. All right, so here are our current levels on pound yen. First area of support, we're going to see if this level touches it or tests it and holds. That level is 150.318. I got it from this bullish candle's closing price, right? That was the last time you closed above that level on a daily time frame until Friday's candle. So let's see if this area holds as resistance. You can watch it on a 4-hour chart is make sure you're not closing 4-hour candles beneath that level. If you are, this is the last level that I would look for support. If this level down here at 150 spot 84 breaks, I would no longer be looking for bullish opportunities on this asset, because people have sold this, looking at this as a bounce to sell into. I don't like it for a short right now because I think it can go higher. I mean, it's bullish asset, right? I'm not looking for shorts anyway, but it is looking like it's wanting to retest a level of support. First two levels, 150 spot 318, 150 spot 8 or 084. One of these two areas, my friend. If it holds, look for bullish opportunities targeting this wick high up here at 150 spot 933. Thank you so much for the super chat, Travis. Thank you so much, my friend. What is your opinion on Uni? Uni is bullish as crap, dude. I mean, sorry, that's not it. That's not what I wanted. I think I had it right there. No, I'm on the FX chart. It was bullish. I mean, it's like everything else, right? You've got a few red days. You're trading beneath your support level. This was supposed to be support. It was tested. Now it has failed, right? So now it's testing this level at 31 spot 24. You have purge stops all the way down to here. So let's see what happens. Where does it close in reference to this price point? You could see some range bound activity. You don't want to see this daily close below, or any daily close below this level, right? We want to see this candle put in a support somewhere and see it go higher. But it looks like everything else in crypto, it's trying to find support. It's extremely bullish. How about shorting it? Shorting it. What was the asset? Oh, Rune? No, sir. No, you don't want to short it because, like, it's at all-time highs, I think, right? What was it, USD? I mean, it's, man, like, that's a big bullish range. If this candle closes above this bullish candle, basically you have put in an outside day reversal. An outside day reversal, meaning this thing is probably going to continue higher. If you short it, I mean, I would put my stop right there and just expect to lose, right? I would not go balls deep shorting it, because you're trying to pick a top, and that's not a good way to trade, in my opinion. But yeah, it's got a lot of strength, man. Look at that daily candle. That screams short. No, it doesn't. No way. And let me go look at USD CAD for this person here, Mr. Bobby Ganji, as I did not look at it. So let's go look at it, and then I'll finish it up. It's just been getting destroyed, man. It's been getting clobbered. CAD has been strong because of oil and everything else. We were looking for CAD to break out of a long-term range, and it did. And once it did, it just took off. Boom, boom, boom. So we were watching that, and basically it's been crushing USD versus the CAD. Have we found a bottom down here? It's possible, but you're making lower closes, right? So I would have to be looking for shorts on this, right? Here is your first level that's going to be tested. It looks like it's being tested right now. Your next level is up here, 1 spot 25, right there. Come on, right there, 1 spot 25, 381. If you get a daily closure above 125 spot 381, then I wouldn't be looking for a short any longer, right? But for this weekly range expansion, I would probably have to be looking for a short. What is this? Why is this gappy? Oh, FXCM. There's my stuff. Alright, so you got a longer term descending channel here, right? Also, look at this wicks on these weeklies. This is your weekly resistance. Test, fail. And you made a lower close last week. So any push higher on this weekly range is going to be looked at with selling intentions, unless it found support and this is a shakeout or a fake out move. As if this is the bottom, then we're heading higher, right? It's at one of those areas where it's been going down for so long, I just pass it by. That's why I didn't look at it. It's not attractive to me for anything. Your RSI doesn't look great. I mean, it just doesn't look good. Like, there's how much more juice is there to the downside on this asset, right? Before it bounces. And this bounce that it did have has been sold into, but it's basically just been going sideways. Sideways. That's terrible price action. So, yeah, I don't like it so much, my friend. I think there's better opportunities elsewhere. All right, guys. Downward trend short, right? Yep, absolutely. Bobby Ganja. Always looking for sells in downward trending markets. And you can see this thing has been respecting this channel pretty damn good. Also, you did get a close below it, though, and you went back in it. So, I mean, yeah. Yep. Watch that daily close right there. You don't want to see a daily close above that. That's the level I'd be looking for possible short entries. 125 spot 44.4. All right, y'all. Make sure you guys trade safe. Also, I want to say thank you to all of my Patreons, channel members, and Patreons. You guys are awesome. I love you so much. I really appreciate the way you treat me, man. I love it. That's why I do it. I do this stuff for you guys. You guys are the reason. I understand there are a couple names on that list that I did not get. I promise you they are going on it tonight. Thank you, guys. Make sure you trade safe. Make sure you trade smart. And happy trading, everybody. If you got any questions or any comments, you can leave them down in the comment section below. I do answer every question. Thank you guys so much for being